today, as a cook yourself, do you have a favorite, a specialty or something that you're really known for?
I like to make lasagna. And I think my family likes it best when I do lasagna for them. And it's something that I teach my grandchildren because I teach my grandchildren what I know. But I think that might be my signature thing, my lasagna.
So your grandchildren join you in the kitchen sometimes?
All the time.
Oh, I
All
mean,
the
that's such
time.
a special time.
It is. It is. For me and my grands, it is.
Wonderful. Um, is there anything else that you'd like to share about yourself, your family, your community?
My community. I love my community where I live. My community, I think, has a lot of history in it that maybe got missed along the way because the elderly people are dying out and they took it with them. I think the children growing up are gonna just miss out on a lot of things that were good, because we didn't have video games growing up. We had our imagination, and we didn't have the obesity that the children have today because they don't get out and play and run like we did growing up. And I think that was the best part of me as a child, getting to climb the trees and to do the things. And I think today's children miss out on that.
So, did you climb orange trees? I know I did growing up here.
We climbed orange trees, oak trees,
Yeah.
because in everybody's yard we had fruit trees. So it was just natural to get up on those trees and jump and play. And everybody had wheelbarrows. Lots of people had pigs and chickens. Because something about growing up when I did, we ate more so out of our yard than we did going to a store. And that's something that the kids nowadays will miss because it's already gone.
So your family had a garden?
We had a garden. We had a massive garden because my grandmother, they were sharecroppers, and my mother was a cook, and she owned a restaurant. So a lot of the things that came into the restaurant came out of the garden.
Do you remember the name of her restaurant by any chance?
It was Johnson's Restaurant, and the restaurant was located on Paramore. It's not the Johnson's Restaurant that was located on the other end of Paramore, like Paramore and Robinson. We were located in between South Street and what's the name of the street? South Street and I would say Sunlight. And we were there in the 60s. So during that time, growing up as a child, we got to see people like Ray Charles come through. We got to see a lot of the older musical stars come through. My mom got to know Ray Charles as a friend. She got to see Duke Ellington. She got to see a lot of the older stars. And as children, we saw them too because they came to our restaurant. But, as children, it was, that wasn't a big deal to us. But now as I'm older, I think, oh, wow, I got to see these people and didn't know who they were. But now, I'm glad of the experience.
So your mom was quite a cook then?
My mom was a great cook. Mm-hmm.
Now, just curious, did she have it all in her head, or did you see her with old family recipes, or she just created it from what was, seasonal in the garden?
I've never seen her with a recipe. Still today, I've never seen it. I think what my mom learned, she learned from her mother. And they never wrote anything down, you know. And with right now, she tells you, you're like, well, how much is that? And she says, I don't measure anything. And she never measured it, but she cooked it.
Is there anything else about your family or your memories that you'd like to share with us?
Wow. See, I come from a family of 8 children. My father was in the services, and he was mainly gone because he was in the service. But he provided for us a nice house, a nice car. We had everything that we could possibly want. And even though he wasn't there all the time, she had 8 children, so if the chickens needed doing or whatever, we did this. And like I said, that's something that my grandchildren and my children missed out on, and they were just really, really good days. People don't have pigs in their yards anymore like we did growing up. It's just really good time.
So how would you like to be remembered?
Well, I think for my cooking, for one, and just the person that care about her community and don't want to see it go so far that children don't remember all the good things that happen in it, because lots of good things that happen in this community.
So sharing those values with future generations.
Oh, yes.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today and for sharing your experiences with us.
Okay. Thank you.